Welcome to Raising Wisdom, where we embark on a transformative journey of enlightenment, introspection, and self-discovery. Here, we don't just talk about life's challenges, we embrace them as opportunities to grow, evolve, and unlock the true potential within. I'm your girl, Nico Sakari, the Mad Alchemist and your Zen Journey Coach, here to provide tools to help you nurture, align, and evolve. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's elevate together. Welcome back to Raising Wisdom, where wisdom is free. It is here where we embark on a journey of enlightenment and introspection. Together, we will navigate the complexities of life, seeking the elusive wisdom that enriches our minds and souls. So get ready to elevate your understanding, embrace life's challenges, and unlock the true potential of your being. High vibrations, I'm your girl, Nico Sakari, the Mad Alchemist, and your Zen Journey Coach. We're back. Oh my gosh, y'all know every single time it's a time, right? There's so many things that I want to say. First and foremost, thank you for coming back here, and I hope all is well. I hope your journeys have been vibrant. I hope that the lessons have been blessings, and that the silver lining is always popping, okay? So look, Kai is on me right now. He just decided that he wanted to come up and be a part of the show. Kai, you're gonna say hi? Kai. He be fighting, y'all. That's why he got all this stuff going on. He in trouble. So he's in the house. Kai, you wanna say hi? Why you gotta be all stiff acting? You real hot, you know that? Okay. Anyway, that's my baby Kai. Yeah, like I said, there's so much that I want to get into, y'all. First and foremost, before I even start anything, because today we are talking about the metaphysics of sight. Okay, this is going to be a deep one because I know y'all saw the pictures. I know y'all saw them, and yes, my eye was drenched. Okay, looked like a whole crime scene for sure. But I got so many downloads just due to that whole situation. Along with life, just lifing per usual, like everyone knows. And everyone has their own things they're going through. I'm really still rooting for us. We are in some crazy, crazy times. Rest in peace to Nolan Wells. Okay, justice for Nolan Wells. Also, justice for Miss Hatchett, the young lady. Also, Tyler Smith. David Irving, and I'm missing somebody, which is a doggone shame because that's a mess. Like what we have going on right now, it's almost like they trying to, you know what I'm saying, get us to be in a certain space. And anyone who knows me here on Raising Wisdom know that I'm super revolutionary, always have been. If you go way back with me, when those of you who know me as Nikki, ain't nothing changed. All right, I just elevated for sure. But don't y'all go calling me Nikki. It's always Nico. Don't play with me like that. Anyway, so yeah, justice for all that are not being served well. We're going to demand answers. We're going to keep on searching for the truth. Period. Point blank. You can't get rid of us. This is where we at. This is what we doing. That's gonna be the end of that. And my heart goes out to Miss Christine, the Wells family. My heart goes out to any mother, any family that is suffering from losing their loved one or having something harmful be done to their loved one. It's just not it, yo. It's not cool. We ain't on that page. And you keep wanting to bring us back to a space where it's just not going to happen. And every time you do, you keep looking more foolish and more evil and more evil. You know what I'm saying? Everyone can see you. We see you. Everyone can see you. And we're not going to let it ride. So the rise that you guys are looking for, you're not going to get it. And I really don't think you want it anyway. Now, moving forward, in all high vibrations, you guys, we had 8-8 just passed with the Lionsgate. We had 8-12 with the solar eclipse. Did you guys see that? Goodness gracious. That was so amazing. Also, what else? We had the planet parade. We had it was something else. It's something else that I'm missing. Oh, the new moon that just passed. Yes. So, new beginnings, new light, new love, new downloads, all happiness, high vibrations, forever and always. It won't never stop. So let me get into this, right? Yeah. Because I know y'all been waiting for the kid. Again, life be lifing for sure. And when I can't come up in front of this camera and do these things for y'all and put raising wisdom out there, because not only does it take so much energy and light, but I need to be fully there. I need to be fully with you guys. And lately I have been kind of spread thin because of different situations that's going on, not just within my life, but with people who are close to me in their life. And so when my attention is there, I can't come to you guys fully. I tried it. It did not work. I tried several times. I just showed you guys one of them and it didn't work. Today there are still things going on, but the energy is a lot lighter. Everything is just, it's less heavy than it was before. If you guys are going through something like that, don't ever feel rushed to have to do something to appease for anyone's expectations or anything. You go off your spirit, and when it's time to go, then you go. When it's time to be still, be still. Okay? Forever. Now, I got a lot of notes per usual, and you guys gonna see me reading a lot because I got a lot going on in my brain. All right, the neurodivergent, ADHD, all of that is taking place today. So bear with me. But I want to tell you something. How can I help you? Am I too loud? You came up here. You gonna rock with me? The AC not down low enough, okay? Now, and also, I forgot to close the door. So if you hear my munchkin in the background making dinosaur noises, this is all very normal in this house. Anyway, moving forward. So I was 40 years old, y'all. Okay. I was yesterday years old when I discovered that a broken blood vessel in the eye could carry spiritual meaning. Now, let me tell you how I got to that point. Right? Oh, did my light just go out on me? Oh, we're not going to let that kill our vibe. Now, when this happened, I got up and everything, it was a normal day. My son was like, Mom, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, honey, I'm fine. All is well, I'm fine. And he's like, is your eye all right? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. You know, I got melanin in my eye. So I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. He's like, it's just a little red. I'm like, no, that's normal. I go look in the mirror, y'all. Okay? Bursted. Bloody. I didn't know what was going on. I'm sitting over here like, oh my gosh. First and foremost, I did think, is this a psychic attack? And then I was like, okay, this is pretty serious. So, well, no, not that day. The first day I was just like, oh, it's okay. I probably hit something. I don't remember doing anything like that, but I'm going to give benefit of the doubt because you got to know something's really wrong if I take my behind to the doctors for anything. All right. So the next day, it was awful. It was terrible. I mean, like the whole white right here, it was gone, baby. It was all red. And so I was like, okay, well, I was concerned. My sons were more concerned. And so I go to the ER and I find out the name of it. My eye was bloody, y'all, like bloody. Okay, I don't know if I can say that on here, but I mean, they do crime stories. And yes, before we go any further, I went to the doctor. Like I told you, we are taking care of the physical body over here. All right, it's going to take a lot, but I'm going. All right, because it's nothing in my brain that can't be satisfied with a few herbs. Also, I'm medically inclined because of what I used to do in the Navy. So, also, speaking of the Navy, y'all, Okay, look, I was in the Navy. I was in the USS Dub, right? Which is the George Washington, CVN 73. Are y'all seeing what's going on in the USS Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln? I am appalled, disgusted, horrified. Being on an aircraft carrier is one thing. Going out on a deployment, being out at sea in the middle of the ocean for whatever the cause is a lot. I mean, it can be cool at first until you're like, where is the land? The importance of going into port is mostly for sanity purposes. The things that they are doing, the things that the government is doing to these sailors, and I'm going to cut out one thing because I'm seeing like comments like, oh, well, that's what they signed up for. No one deserves to have any type of inhumane treatment while in service for their country. Okay? That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. All right. So let's just cut that out. If you don't know, if you don't have anything kind to say, because again, it's free, then just keep your comments to yourself. Those people are out there suffering to the point where they want to jump overboard. That is not a small thing. If you have seen an aircraft carrier, been on an aircraft carrier, for you to get in the mind space to where you want to jump off of the ship, keeping them in my prayers, their families. My heart goes out to them, and I'm really, 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 really hoping and praying that they get to come home sooner than later. The crazy thing about it is that your boy, all right, is out here talking about something. I don't think they're out there long enough. Somebody, how long is enough? Okay? Because it's taking too long. It's taking too long he needs to wrap this up. All right? We need to wrap all this up with that one. That's all I'm going to say. Now, going back to, because I know that was like a lot, but I had to say what I had to say for my peoples. Yeah, so definitely taking care of the physical body over here. But you know me, right? So the existence of a physical explanation does not stop me from asking a spiritual question. And while I was sitting there and waiting to be seen, I started reading, right? Of course, I was reading up on the actual thing. I thought I had it written down. I forgot the name of it already. Let me look it up. I vessel just gave up, y'all. Just gave up. Subconjunctival hemorrhage. Okay, my eye was hemorrhaging. All right, just gave up. However, there wasn't any necessary like medical reason why it happened. It could vary. And so that was intriguing to me because I'm like, well, all right, so let's go to the spiritual first and foremost. And in those findings, when I started reading and finding interpretations connected to the evil eye, of course, right? And then spiritual surveillance. So I was right. Okay, so that's where I was going to. It's like, girl, you was right this whole time. You know, I got to listen more to my people when they talking to me. Not like I don't, but you know. Right. So spiritual surveillance, monitoring spirits, energetic exposure, the need to protect your aura, someone close to you whose intentions may not be what they appear to be. That was also happening around that time. The possibility of your spirit picking up on something before you consciously recognize what is happening. And I found all of that to be fascinating, of course, because I don't necessarily believe one interpretation has to cancel out another. Sometimes symbols have layers, right? Sometimes something can speak differently depending on the person experiencing it. What is happening in their life, what they have been dreaming, what they have been sensing, what they have been ignoring even, and what their spirit has already recognized. So I kept reading, I kept researching, I kept listening and diving. And somewhere in the middle of all this, another thought came to me. We assuming seeing only happens when our eyes are open. But every night we close them and still we see. All right. We dream, we see people, we see places, we witness events, We have conversations, we experience entire realities while our physical eyes are completely closed. Explain that. All right. So who is doing the seeing? Who is doing the seeing? Is it your higher self? I believe so. Along with a few other theories that I have. But let me continue, because that's where the conversation stopped being about my crime scene of eye and became about sight itself. You following me? All right. So what is sight? Because when we talk about sight, most of us immediately think about the physical eyes. Light enters the eye, the brain processes information, we perceive an image, but your physical eyes require light to see. Your spiritual sight does not. Sit with that, okay? Because when you really think about it, yo, we are divinely created. We are very much made in a godly image, for sure. To be able to see with your eyes closed is not only something that was placed in us, right? Designed by design, okay? But not only that, but everyone doesn't have the gift, if you will. And some have enhanced gifts to be able to see with their eyes closed, or just past the sight that normal people would have in the realm that we are in, or the dimension that we are in, right? You can be in complete darkness and dream in color. Your physical eyes can be closed and you can see the face of someone you haven't thought about in years. You can see a place where you've never physically visited. You can receive an image that makes absolutely no sense when you first see it, only for something to happen later that causes you to remember, like, wait a minute, or even a deja vu even, right? I've seen this before, and even outside of dreams, there are forms of seeing that have nothing to do with the physical eye. There's intuition, clairvoyance, precognition, discernment, visions, ancestral communication. That moment when you look at someone and something inside of you recognizes what your conscious mind has not yet figured out, but it's something, right? That moment when everything appears perfectly fine and something in you says, nah, look again. All right, that's what we're talking about. So perhaps sight is much larger than the physical act of looking. Perhaps sight is a faculty of consciousness. Perhaps it is a faculty of spirit. Perhaps the physical eye is one instrument through which we perceive reality, but not the only one, not the only reality. And once I started thinking about that, another question opened. If I can see while my physical eyes are closed, where am I seeing from? Okay. Your eyes close, your sight does not. That's what I got to. So moving forward, because it's going to get a little deeper. Nurture, align, evolve. This is the work of coming back to yourself. Oracle readings and coaching sessions are now open at zenjourney.life. Your intuition already knows the way. I'm just here to help you trust it. Visit www.zenjourney.life to learn more. So every night, excuse me, can you scoot over a little bit, honey? Goodness. Hold on, y'all. Let me get it together. Okay, so every night human beings, I don't like that either. Yep. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, are you good? Are you cool? Y'all should see how Kai looking at me, y'all. Y'all see him? Every night, human beings enter one of the strangest experiences of our existence, and we treat it like it's completely ordinary, like this is normalcy. We lie down, we close our eyes, our awareness of the physical environment begins to disappear, and suddenly we're somewhere else. All right? Like one of my sons have gifts as well, and my oldest, he has always been a dreamer. And it's now going to it's manifesting itself into visions. Super cool. Astral projection, he's a pro at it. He was just born to do it. It's craziness. Anyway, our awareness of the physical environment begins to disappear, and then suddenly we're somewhere else, right? So sometimes we're ourselves, sometimes we're observing ourselves, sometimes we're talking to people who are no longer physically alive. All right. I do NLPs, and in those experiences, that happens very often, okay? Sometimes we're receiving information and sometimes we're being warned. Sometimes we're running or even rolling. Sometimes we're flying. Sometimes we're standing somewhere we have never consciously been, but feels familiar, okay? And otherwise. And then we wake up like nothing ever happened. And sometimes we remember everything. Sometimes we recover fragments. And sometimes we remember absolutely nothing. But here is the question that kind of started to bother me. Does the absence of memory mean the absence of experience? Follow me where I'm going, right? Because, oh, my little paper's falling. Because we have somehow made remembering the requirement for believing that something happened, but you don't remember every moment of your waking life either, right? That doesn't mean you weren't there. So within a metaphysical framework, I think it's worth asking, what has your spirit experienced that your conscious mind never retrieved? You guys, I'm working on a grimoire. And it's pretty thick. I address a lot of these experiences, entities, and things of that nature to kind of answer questions that people do not dare to ask, or maybe be scared to. But anyway, moving forward, I'll enlighten you guys about, my projects and things that I have. I think I mentioned it to you guys before. I'm not sure. But if not, now you know. Anyway, yeah, so what has our spirit experienced that your conscious mind has never retrieved? So what you have witnessed in dreams disappeared the moment you open your eyes. It may linger for a little bit. That's why I definitely recommend dream journals. It's important to write it down because sometimes you're getting signs, sometimes you're getting messages, sometimes you're getting warnings that you have to pay attention to. Yeah, so what information passed through your awareness without becoming a permanent conscious memory? What did you encounter? What encountered you? All right. What did your spirit recognize before your human mind had language for it in the first place? Because maybe consciousness and memory are not the same thing. Right? I'm going to say that again. Maybe consciousness and memory are not the same thing. Maybe witnessing and remembering are not the same thing. Maybe there are experiences that belong to parts of us that the waking mind cannot always access, and maybe sometimes the body keeps a different kind of record. Think of the Akashic records and how they came to be and how they are formed. Okay, the body has a record. Now, I want to be very clear about something here. I'm not saying that every physical symptom is caused by something spiritual. Okay, for real, no, seriously. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying a dream broke the blood vessel in my eye. I'm not saying that if something happens to your body, you should abandon medicine and start looking for metaphysical explanations. For sure not saying that. That would be totally irresponsible. That's not even wisdom. I went to the doctor. However, the priestess in me demands answers. The physical body deserves physical care, but I also don't believe that having a medical explanation means we are forbidden from exploring personal and spiritual meaning. I mean, because that would be boring. Those things can coexist because the body is constantly responding to experiences before we consciously understand them. All right. You can enter a room and tense up before you know why. You know why. Your stomach can turn before you've consciously identified that something feels wrong. You can wake up from a dream you cannot remember with your heart pounding. Y'all, I had a dream so bad I will never ever forget it. I was pew pew in my mouth. All right. I don't think I've ever told anybody this before. But when I got up, I remembered, well, I could taste the blood. Well, I won't say taste it. I could taste iron when I got up. I would never lie to you. Okay, that's not in my being. Moving forward, So yeah, so you can hear someone's voice and immediately feel something shift inside of you before your conscious mind has interpreted a single word, right? Because if you're a being that can feel energy and your discernment is privy to it, then these things happen to you. The body is receiving information all the time. So spiritually, I started wondering if the spirit witnesses something that the conscious mind does not retain, where does good night, where does those experiences go? Okay, does it become intuition? Does it become a warning? Does it become a feeling you cannot explain? Does it become a sudden need to protect yourself? Does it become a dream that keeps repeating until you finally pay attention? Does it become knowing? All right, and could the body sometimes become the parchment upon which an unseen experiences leaves its handwriting? Not proof, not a diagnosis, but it's handwriting imprinted on you, an echo, if you will, because perhaps some experiences pass through us, and perhaps some experiences leaves an imprint. I hope y'all following me. I'm not getting too weird on y'all. Okay, Nerdy Nico is in the building for sure. All right, the Mad Alchemist is in effect. I hope you guys are loving this and following me because there's so much more. One moment.
This is for the woman who shows up for everyone, but doesn't remember the last time she was held. Return to Water isn't just a workbook journal, it's a sanctuary, a sacred space to grieve, release, and begin again. Inside you'll find rituals, reflections, and real healing, not just inspiration, integration. And for those who want to go deeper, the Return to Water Oracle deck is an exclusive visual companion. Come home to yourself. The water is waiting. High vibrations.
Bet. So now we're going to be talking about what has its eyes on you. Very important. Muy importante. Okay, this is very serious. Real serious. Let's get into it. Okay, so this brings me back to the interpretations I found in the first place, right? The evil eye, monitoring spirits, spiritual surveillance, psychic attacks, energetic exposure, protection, someone watching you with intentions that are not necessarily good. Excuse me. So these concepts exist across different spiritual and cultural frameworks, and they deserve to be understood within those traditions rather than reduced to social media buzzwords, okay? Because, excuse me, because the idea of the gaze carrying power is ancient. The idea that attention itself can carry intention is ancient, okay? The idea that not everybody watching you is celebrating you is ancient. And spiritually, protection has always included discernment about access, all right? Which is something that should be taken seriously and guarded, because who has access to you? Who has access to your energy? Who knows what you're building? Okay, that's why it's important to keep quiet. All right, I won't say that other thing because I'm not cool with comments that's been said, and we don't play like that over here. Who knows what you're going through? Who knows where you're going? All right, who y'all talking to? What they see. Okay, who is close enough to observe you, and what are they doing with what they see? I think we see examples of that in social media. So if you are someone who is trying to do content creation, or things of that nature, or you're doing something big business-wise or family-wise, love, whatever, you see people watching. And you're like, dang, are they with me, or are they just watching to see what I'm going to do next, to have something to talk about? Or like, what are their intentions, right? You start asking yourself these things and almost become like a crazy person until you just recenter all of that energy back onto yourself. That's when you make sure that you stay protected in so many different ways that I can always teach you, show you. And of course, you can go to zenjourney.life if you ever need to have a reading with me. I got you, babes. All right. Moving forward. Okay. So what we were just talking about, protection, right? Because sometimes protection means prayer, and And sometimes protection means ritual. Sometimes protection means privacy. It can mean shutting your damn mouth a little bit. Okay. And sometimes protection means realizing that everybody who asks questions is not always asking because they care about the answer. All right. Sometimes protection is recognizing there is a difference between being seen and being known. And there is a difference between someone witnessing your life and someone witnessing your spirit. All right. So keep that in mind as well as we dive deeper. I know I'm totally in Mad Alchemist mode, so don't mind me. So yeah, boom. When we speak about the spiritual symbolism of the eye and ask, who is watching me? I think that's a valid spiritual question, but I think there is another question standing directly beside it. What have I been watching? Okay? Because that is important too. What you feeding yourself? What you watching? What are you seeing? What are you not paying attention to? What have you been paying attention to? This is the question that I'm asking because the eye is also a witness. You get me? So, the eye does not only symbolize what looks at you, right? The eye symbolizes what you have seen, what you have been forced to witness that you cannot fix. Oh, goodness. Because some of us have been seeing a little too damn much, okay? We've been watching people that we love destroy opportunities that we would have prayed for. We've watched people make decisions while already knowing where those decisions could lead. You know what I mean? We've also watched relationships change. We've watched intentions reveal themselves. We've watched people become exactly who our intuition warned us that they might be. And that sucks. It always does. Every single freaking time. We've also watched things being rearranged underneath our noses and only later to realize how long it's been going on, like how long it's been happening. We've watched the truth reveal itself piece by piece. And sometimes the most difficult part of seeing clearly is realizing there is absolutely nothing you can do with the information except accept it. Because sight does not automatically give you control. Let me just say that again. Sight does not automatically give you control. It just don't. You can see where someone is headed and still be unable to stop them, right? You can recognize someone's intentions and still have to wait for their actions to reveal them. You can receive a warning and still have to allow another person their free will. Okay? I would hope that you're doing that, all right? Because we don't like to dibble and dabble in the darkness of it all. You can know, you can see, you can understand, and still you may not have the authority to intervene. That is one of the heaviest burdens of discernment. Because sometimes people believe that if they can see something, they are responsible for stopping it. No. Sometimes sight is given so you can prepare. Sight is given so you can protect yourself. Sight is given so you can stop questioning what you already know. And sometimes sight is given so you can move accordingly, or simply the invitation to witness without interfering. All right. That is difficult. Okay. When you love people, because love will have you trying to turn discernment into rescue. Oh my gosh, I've seen some days because of that one particular mistake. But seeing the road someone is choosing does not mean you can walk it for them. And knowing the consequence does not give you the power to prevent someone from choosing it. The burden of sight is that seeing does not automatically grant you the power to intervene. Sometimes all sight gives you is the truth. And sometimes that has to be enough. All right. Now, what have you seen that you cannot unsee? This is important. Follow me, because this is where Physical sight and spiritual sight begin to meet, because there are things your physical eyes have witnessed that your heart is still processing, and there are things your spirit may have recognized before your physical eyes had evidence of it. Sometimes your spirit sees first. Sometimes your spirit sees first, then life catches up, and that is why certain revelations feel less like discovering something new and more like finally receiving confirmation of something you've already known for a very long time. Your mind says, I just found out. Your spirit says, nah, baby, you just needed some proof. All right. And that is different, because how many times have you known something and talked yourself out of knowing it? How many times did you feel the shift before you saw the evidence? How many dreams did you dismiss? How many warnings did you rationalize? How many times did your spirit say, look, and your conscious mind said, I don't see anything? Can you recall? So maybe that's another part of the metaphysics of sight, the difference between looking and perceiving, between seeing and recognizing, between witnessing and understanding, between receiving information and being ready to accept what it means. Because sometimes we don't have a sight problem. Sometimes we have an acceptance problem. We saw it, we just weren't ready to call it what it was, right? So when does sight become exposure? This is the next layer. What happens when sight becomes exposure? Because seeing is an exchange, right? We don't think of it like that. When you look at something, you're not always untouched by what you witness. There are things that we see that changes us, that moves us. Environments affect us. There are conversations that stay in our bodies. There are images we cannot get out of our minds. There are truths that rearrange our understanding of everything that came before them. So if spiritual sight exists, then spiritual exposure becomes a legitimate metaphysical question. Am I right or am I right? You guys, I've really put a lot into this, okay? Because again, this started from the crime scene of an eye. I needed to know what was going on, and now we're here. So I hope you're following. So my question to you is, what are you allowing yourself to continuously witness? What are you consuming? What environments are you repeatedly entering? What energies are you standing inside? What are you watching that is watching you back? And what does your spirit need protection from? Because not that you're afraid, okay? But because discernment without boundaries can become exposure. People want the gift of sight. They want the third eye open. They want to know. They want the downloads. And shoot, some people want it taken away. They're like, it's too much. It's way too much. I saw this guy on the Tick of the Talk stating, like, I just wish I can just plug back into the matrix. For me, absolutely not. They say ignorance is bliss for a reason. Because the weight of sight is heavy, you know? But I wouldn't trade it for anything, you know? And I know a lot of you wouldn't either. Because that's what makes us special. That's what keeps us grounded. That's what keeps us protected, and aware. It's like a superpower. I think we talked about that before too, huh? Yo, this is episode 44. For all of you guys still rocking with me, it's EP.44, y'all, okay? And we getting some places. We're getting some places. So yeah, so let me go back. What was I talking about? How some people want... Okay, yeah. Some people want the gift of sight and the third eye open, and they want to know, and they want the gifts and the downloads and the visions, and everybody wants to see beyond the veil, right? But nobody is talking about the responsibility of perception, because if you ask me, you may see, and once you see, you cannot always go back to the version of yourself that didn't know. I mean, shoot, I don't... Even those who try to go back to that version, it don't work out too well. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a 7x7 or a 10x10. Like it's like rejecting a divine gift. And so now things are going to be amplified in your life in the worst way because you decided to be docile and simple-minded and reject the spirit, essentially. I think biblically, ain't that like blasphemy for sure? Unforgivable. So, who sees when your eyes are closed? And that brings me back to the question that started all of this. Every night, your physical eyes close and still you see. So, who's doing the seeing? I don't have a neat answer for you. I don't think I'm supposed to, because perhaps the question is more important than rushing toward an answer. Maybe it is consciousness. Maybe it is the subconscious. Maybe it is spirit. Maybe it is a soul. Maybe dreams exist at an intersection we still do not fully understand, and possibly different experiences come from different places, not of this world, not of this realm. But what I do know is this: your physical eyes are not the totality of your perception. You have seen without looking multiple times. You have known without being told. You have felt before understanding. You have dreamed without opening your eyes. You have recognized truth before receiving evidence. And sometimes you have witnessed things you could not change. So maybe the next time something asks you to look deeper, don't only ask, what am I looking at? Or what is looking at me? What has my spirit been watching? And what have I witnessed that I cannot unsee? And what truth have I already seen but refuse to accept? And what have I been forced to witness that I can't unsee? Because your eyes close, your sight does not. And perhaps the greatest wisdom is not simply learning how to see. Perhaps it is learning what to do and what not to do with what has been revealed to you through sight in all spaces. Thank you so much for watching this. That's all I have for you. I want to know how you feel about this in the comments below. Please share your thoughts, because we might do a part 2 depending on what you guys give back to me. In a world where gossip rules, I am so glad that you've come back to shine the gems on your crown here on Raising Wisdom, where wisdom is free. Have a beautiful rest of your week, sending love, light, prosperity, and divine protection. This is Raising Wisdom, y'all, and I'll see you the next time. Or maybe you'll see me first. Peace.